Ooh. Uh-oh. Ta-da!
Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. It is Sunday morning. The title I just put up said November 27th. I gotta fix that. But it is December 11th, my birthday today. But anyway, we're gonna work on the coloring book today. We're working on page 30 of 32. Almost done getting this thing sketched out. And so, just before I start, I want to say that I do have Christmas cards that you can print out on my Etsy store. It's $5 for a download of 5 different images. You print them out on 8.5 by 11 paper, your regular size paper. You should use cardstock though, and then you just fold them in half. And I'm testing one right now where I didn't even put it in an envelope, I just glued it shut and mailed it out because the back of it is blank, so you could throw addresses and a stamp on there, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure it'll work. But let's jump into the stream, and we're gonna go ahead and do the coloring book today. So we are on page 30, and on page 30, what I've got for my description script to go by is that the good guys being the dwarf fighter, the dwarf ranger, the elf cleric, drow paladin, and the human wizard. Yeah, all 5 of them. They're all scoring some treasures. They had just had this big battle in these elven ruins, and they're finding some loot. And so that's what we're going to draw today. And so let me grab my pen here, and we're going to get zoomed in a little bit. Okay. And so, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and draw this thing. My pen is fully opaque and full flow. So let's see. I know I'm going to need a scene where I'm going to have all these characters and they're going to be grabbing this loot. But let me pull up a little something here from my completed pages, because I have, let's see, I'm looking at them all in thumbnails here, so it's a little hard to see. Okay, that's too far back. Alright. So, I don't have everything in there, it looks like. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back further than that. Hold on a second. I gotta go back to November here. I messed up when I copied stuff over. Okay. Maybe it's even further back than that. Yeah, alright. Well, let's go back to October then. And let's see. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. So, let me look at this one. Alright, now in this drawing that I did back in October, when we came into this room, there's this pile of treasure back here in the back of the room. And that's basically what these guys are getting right now. So, I'm going to make this side by side. And then on this one, I'm going to zoom back into that, so that I have that. I can try to make my new scene look like it's taking place along, like, in the same area. And right here, I'm just scribbling out the rough layout of what I want to do. So let's think. I've got all these characters, and I don't want to have them all facing like away from us. So let's start with, we'll say like the treasure chest is like right here. And maybe they've thrown the lid back on it. I'm gonna make it go to about that area. And obviously I'm not worried too much about the perspective, I just want to get it to look kind of right at this point. Alright, but then there's also those mounds of treasure back there. So let's have this mound of treasure coming in back here. It's going around the treasure chests, and let's see, we'll have this pile built up over here. Maybe that helmet that is buried in there would be like right about here. So just kind of roughly laying out how this is gonna flow. So with the treasure chest being right here in the foreground, everybody's gonna be right in this area, but they'll all be looking basically out at us. So I'm thinking, what if we have like the dwarf ranger is actually right in the chest? And I'm already seeing I'm probably gonna have a problem here with what do you call it? Cramming all these characters in, because like the dwarves are 4 heads tall and the other characters are a bit taller. But let's see, so this would be the ranger, and I'll put that strap across her chest for her where her bow is. So I gotta throw something on here to make sure I remember who's who. Maybe the fighter is, let's see, he'd be standing, so he'll be a bit taller. Maybe he's looking at this helmet, something he might want to grab. And I'm not too worried about their proportions just yet. I just want to get things kind of roughly laid in and see how it's gonna look. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really want to have him that far back. So let's get him out of there. Maybe I'll go ahead and bring him in right here. He'll be like right around the same height as she is. But let's put his center line over there. Make him a little bit more like this. Oh, excuse me. And maybe he's actually grabbing the helmet. Might bring his leg out right here. Okay. And then he has those big shoulder pads. I'll just put that in right there real quick. Like I said, just little things to help me identify them when I go from this simple little sketch to something more detailed. So he's in the foreground going after that helmet. And yeah, and of course these are like all coins and gems and stuff out here. Alright, who else we have? We have, let's see, we're we're gonna put the paladin in. But let me think. So I'm thinking, what if we bring these guys down more into the foreground? Have the chest going off. That's like extreme foreground. That might be enough, maybe. So then, let's see. We got the paladin is like 6 heads tall. I'm gonna put her in like right up here. And maybe she has like scoops of treasure in her hands. Coins dropping and stuff. And let's see. And of course she has her big shoulder pads too. And her big leg armor. Let's see. We'll put the cleric over here. Now she's the same height as the paladin. Alright. I feel like she might be turned over to the side here. Maybe she's looking back at the paladin. I'm not sure. And I kind of want to have, let's see. Maybe she's got like some gems in her hand or whatnot. Maybe some coins flowing to you. And maybe her other hand would be out here. Same thing. Just scribble everything in right now. Something like that. And then we have one last character to add in, and that's going to be the wizard. And the wizard is 7 heads tall. Let's see, we'll put him back here. So like I said, he is just a little bit taller than everybody else. And when this is all done, like when we go and do the actual thing, I'll make sure to get everybody their actual proportions. I just want to get like a layout going here. And I think I want a little bit more action out of him. Let me think. I'm gonna give him a little bit of an arch to his back. Maybe he's like shouting for joy, and he's like throwing his arms up in the air. And this will be a thing where I will want to make sure that he fits in the scene just like everybody else. Okay. But of course, he looks more like he's throwing a tantrum right there. I mean, it could be good, but let's bring this out a little bit more. And so he might just be chucking coins and gems all over the place here with his little happy celebration. I'm just gonna kind of throw like, yeah. Now add a little something to the whole scene. Okay. And then we're just gonna take that and shrink it down a little bit to make sure it kind of fits within the image area. Alright, so that's my first concept, and I can sit here and think about it. We can try to tweak this around some, try to make it even more interesting, or we could just run with it. And I tend to just run with it, as long as it's not completely horrible. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's just go with it. This is, I think this is a good enough layout. It's got all 5 characters in it, all the important stuff. And we don't even really need background in this one because the characters are the main focus and the background's been established throughout the last several pages. So let me duplicate this just in case I change my mind. And I'm going to turn that stuff off. Put that up there. And we'll make it fill the page. Alright, and I want to bring him in. I think his fingers are going to be stretched out a little bit, so I don't want to put him too close to the top. Let's bring it down just a little bit more. And maybe a little bit more over here. Oops. Alright, that should be fine. That should let me get everybody in there without taking them off the page. And we're going to turn this thing down to 10%. I don't want it to be too dark because I'm just going to draw right over it and put a new layer on top and merge it down. Now what I do need is a measurement to go by to help, and I use heads to measure everybody out. So let's just start with the dwarf right here. Now let's say that's 1 head, okay? And I'll just duplicate it here. Bring it in. Oop, that's not quite right. 2, 3. That's 4. And that's of course going off the page a little bit. Oops. I forgot to bring those together. Alright, so this is a 4 heads tall measurement. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Bring it over here. Duplicate it again. And at that point, it's an 8 heads tall measurement. But let me put those together. So the highest one we need is a 7. And that's for the wizard in the background. And I'm leaving this the same size right now, but we're gonna change these up a little bit for perspective. Alright, and I need one that is 6 heads tall, because that's how tall the cleric and the paladin are. Alright, and so the issue being, you know, when you're like way up close here, your head, as far as the way it looks, is going to be bigger than the guy at the back, than how big his head looks, because he's further away. It's basic perspective stuff. So these two characters are going to be about the same size. These two should be just a little smaller, and he should be just a little smaller than that. So let's see. I'm going to take, and now I'm going to name things because, alright, so this is my sketch layer. Oops. I want the name, not styles. 4 heads. 7 heads. And 6 heads. And of course, all of that you can't see on the stream, so I've cropped my video down to keep that out of the frame, like, because I don't figure you really need to see all the tools and everything all the time. Alrighty. Now, what I'm going to do here is take my 6 and 7 heads, and I'm going to shrink both of those down a little bit. First, I'm going to bring them back here, and I'm going to use the height that I sketched these guys at to make that adjustment. Let's go to about right there, I think. And so now, if you compare this, it's only a little bit different. I'm only making them a little bit smaller. Alright. But then I'm going to take my 7 head measurement. Now he goes even further into the background, so he's moving up. And I'm going to shrink him down just a bit more. And of course, if I compare that, oh, wait a minute. Ah, there you go. So, actually, what's going on here? I mean, he needs to be a little bit smaller than that then. Something went a little goofy on that. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, it looks like the head measurement's not really that much smaller. It's weird. But if I take it down here to the main one, yeah, he's a bit smaller than that. Alright. So we're putting him back there. And I could duplicate the 6 head one, but I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna keep those separate to make sure where we're at. First of all, I'm gonna bring my 4 heads measurement down to where this dwarf is. Hey, wait a second. Alright. So I had sketched his head just a little bit bigger. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. It's still 4 heads, just the size of the head is changing. Okay. I guess I messed up a little bit right there when I did that. Alright, so let me turn off the 7 and the 6. I'm gonna bring this over. Alright. And I'm going to switch to a different video view here. There we go. Oh, boy. And we don't really need that background reference anymore. That was just so I made sure I kind of copied the general look of that. Excuse me. All right, so what we do need is a reference of my dwarf. That we have where we belong here. Hold on a second. Patreon. Alright, Dwarf Fighter. Now we can go side by side here. So now I have the Dwarf Fighter. That is several poses that I drew him in and the original character sheet that I created for him way back when I was going to do this thing. Actually, I was going to do an animation of him, and that was the character sheet I put together for him. And as you can see, I've changed things up a little bit through the coloring book. So I think after I finish this coloring book, I'm probably going to do new character sheets for all of the characters, maybe use them again. But let's get right into here. We're going to do some sketching. Now, because I'm sketching, I'm going to leave my brush opacity at 100%, but I'm going to take the flow down to like 20. That should work fairly decent for creating some sketchy stuff. Oh. And I want to make sure I'm on the layer that I want. So his head needs to measure basically right there. And I can go with this angle if I want to, which I think I do. And then his eyes are going to be here. Nose would be around here. And his mouth. Let's see, any neck, shoulder stuff he's got going on be coming out like right here. And since his head's covering up most of his neck area, so that would be where like his collarbones are. Coming out to his chest, which probably shouldn't. It should. Yeah, we'll do it like that, I think. Then ribs and belly. Hang on a second. Alright, so there's some things in this track that I thought it was my wife hollering for me. I can't really hear anything around me because of these headphones. I do need to get a real mic, like a standalone mic, so I don't have to wear the headphones just to be able to talk, but that'll be an upgrade for another day. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to bring this across right here, and then his groin would be back there. I'm going to bring his leg out right here to his knee. You won't see the other one. Let's see, so this shoulder, that's way too big. And let's go ahead and put his bicep out like here. coming into his forearm. And I'm going to have his forearm resting here on his leg. Maybe his thumb be like right there. Got some goofy angles going on right there at the moment, but let's see. And I am basically, what I'm sketching now, I am laying in directly on that original sketch layer where I just knocked that down to a low opacity, threw a new layer on it, and that brings it to like 100% opacity for the layer, but the new lines are darker. Now, if I was worried about preserving that sketch, I would just use a different layer. But I kind of want to have all my sketch stuff together in one layer, just kind of work my way through it all. Let's see, so I think this should be about like that, and I'm not thrilled with the angle of this thumb. That's a bit better. There we go. Not really looking for perfect. I just want to get things kind of established here. Alright, so now we're going to deal with some foreshortening right here because this arm is coming forward. So the bicep will be kind of like a good bit bigger than the shoulder. Then the forearm is bigger than the bicep. And then the hand is bigger than the forearm. And let's put the thumb like right here. I think. Let's see how this works out. Basically knuckle here, just kind of like that. Okay. So finger, and one more finger. Basically like that. And it looks like, I think like the knuckle is over to the side. That should be pretty decent. At least for now. Okay. And let's see, what else do we want to do here? So that's pretty much establishing him. Now, this helmet, of course, I don't think I want his thumb coming across this helmet quite the way I have it there. But the helmet should definitely be big enough to go over his head. And again, because of the foreshortening and the perspective, the helmet is closer to us, so it should be good bit bigger than his head. And maybe we'll just knock this pile of gold down a little bit to about here. And I will probably put some details back into that helmet to make it at least look kind of interesting, since the face of it is turned around towards the character. And I don't like that pinky at all. I don't like how it's just kind of stuck in there with the index finger. Maybe take it over there like that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't like that either. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. We'll go through one thing at a time here. Okay, so I've got him laid in. And now I can work him up all the way, or jump to these other characters. Yeah, let's go ahead and focus on him. Get him done. So let's see. If his nose eye spot that wide. Let's see. Put his eyes here. His ears will be like way back here. Enhance his jaw a little bit. Since he's looking down, we're seeing like the top of his nose. You won't see like into his nostrils or anything like that. You will see the forms at the top of his nose here. Now I need to shrink this eraser down a bit. Okay. And I think he should look a little bit happy, so he might have a bit of a grin as he's going for this helmet. Now, eyebrows in about like this, and his eyebrows get pretty big as they get out towards the end there. think I drew too much of a curve in the lines around his face. But alright, here's this. Hairline should be like right about here, and his hairline does go back a good bit, and then it comes down. Something like that. That might be a little bit much in the center. Let's just kind of try to eyeball this. Yeah, I'm thinking it needs to be a little bit further forward. Alright. Build up this hair shape a little bit here. Maybe a little bit more uniform. Okay. Just try to make sure that don't look too weird. Alright, I think that's okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, definitely needs his beard though. He still does not quite look like the guy. Let's see. Oh. And we'll put in his eyebrow muscles. And his forehead lines. He actually has like crow's feet at the edges of his eyes too. He is a somewhat older dwarf. I mean, not too old. Just, you know, he's got some age lines and everything. Alrighty. Now for his mustache. Let's see. This guy needs to be here. And his nose got a little bit pointier than I wanted. Got supposed to be a nice big round bulb out there. Okay. And he looks a little evil right now, so I'm probably gonna have to fix that. But alright, we'll start with this mustache. Nice big, like handlebar mustache looking bit here. Now his mustache has this little up curl out here, and then a bit of a flare out here. And we can go in here and just take out the lines that are crossing through there. So what I'm doing today is essentially sketching out the page, doing like the pencil work, and I still have to come back through and ink all of these pages from, I think, from page 21 to page 32. So there's going to be a good bit more live streaming going on with finishing out this book, but eventually it will all be done, and I was hoping to have it done by Christmas, but that's just clearly not going to work. It will probably be done and possibly listed on my Etsy store sometime in January. But I do plan on, as long as I can, as long as the file size is within boundaries or limits, I plan on putting the book on Etsy as a digital download as well as a print version. But I'm gonna probably also try some other places like I'm gonna think I might try that Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing thing, and some other things. So I want to get this out there, and I want to, my hope is that I can use this coloring book as like one part of a passive income stream to help boost my my art business, where I can create art full time instead of having to go work in other professions to cover the cost of my art supplies and stuff. But that's the end goal, is trying to use everything that I have available to eventually be able to do art full time. All right. Now he's got his beard comes in a little bit right here. We'll want to do that over here too. And yeah, he's definitely looking a little crazy and evil, so we're probably going to want to fix that. But, dwarves do have a thing for avarice, going kind of crazy for gold. It might be fitting to leave him that way. We'll see. I don't think I like it like that. I think I do want to make him look a little more friendly. Alright, so this mustache is a little bit too thin compared to the other mustache. Alright. Go. And let's go ahead and put some shadow on him here. Does have these big bushy eyebrows. It's making little tweaks now. So let's take a look at it. Yeah. Okay. It is now time to start putting some of his armor on. I think we're going to start down here with the hand because of the foreshortening and the overlap. So let's start with the gauntlet, which will end right here. And let's go ahead and do this kind of like that. Alright. Thinking I don't really like the curve that I put into that. That's a little bit better. Make sure that these two pieces don't really overlap. Let's stretch this just a bit more. So, let's see. So this morning, I got up on time and, I've been working on my Secret Santa illustration, which is a drawing that I'm doing of another person's character from the Facebook art group Fantasy Art Unchained. And so that's coming along pretty well. I've got another like 10 days to get that one done before our big reveal party, where all the Secret Santas come out and reveal the drawings they did of other people's characters. So I'm looking forward to that. Somebody should be drawing my character that I put in, which is my Battle Reaper character, and he was the subject of my Saturday live stream. So if you're not familiar with my Battle Reaper character, you can check out the Saturday live stream, what I did yesterday, and you'll get kind of an idea of what he looks like. But yeah, so it's kind of exciting, you know. It's cool to, you know, interact with other artists and, you know, take a stab at drawing someone else's character. and just kind of have fun with stuff. All right. So now there's an armor plate here that comes about like here, and then it chops down, and it's going around his upper arm towards the back here. So we'll bring that out to about there, and then chop it in. And let's see here. So there's that trim piece there, and there would probably be some shadow down here. Which shading is something I'm trying not to utilize too much in this book, because I, I want to make the coloring book as, what do you call it? Let's see. Like as user customizable as possible. So, when I put in shading, I kind of, what do you call it? Defining the light source and, kind of setting the tone for the picture, which I have to do some. But if I keep from doing too much, it gives the person that's coloring the page that much more freedom to do whatever they want with it. And that's kind of my goal with these pages, is to I do as much as I can, or as much as I need to like, oh, I want to leave that on top. Okay. Do as much as I can or need to convey what's going on, but then leave as much as possible open to the colorist's interpretation, so they can do whatever they want and have a piece that, when they color it, is potentially a lot different than when someone else does it. Okay, now I'm going to bring this bit. I don't like that curve. Let's bring it down like this. And I want to make sure that this outer piece has some definite form to it. Alright. And at this point I can turn off that foreheads line, because we're not using that right now. So that's his big angular shoulder pad there, along with the trim piece. Okay. The one thing I don't like right now is this glove. don't like how wide it got up there. So let me take this piece right here and see if I can just do this. I think I'll just put it like that. That's a little bit better, yeah. Okay. I think I can deal with that. Okie dokie. Now let's do that other shoulder pad. So that should be about right here. And it's gonna shoot off like that. Comes back here. Angles up. And then it curves around right there. This arm, you only get the edge of that piece of armor right there. And then the belt coming around his bicep. Okay, we're putting that gauntlet in. Hand here. Okay. So what we got? We've been going for about an hour now, and I'd say we're making pretty good progress. Most days I do wish I was a lot faster at drawing, but I do okay. Let's see. So now we want to put his chest armor in. So where's this run? Okay. Here, down to about here, tapers in one more time. Okay. So this is the main plate of his chest armor. It looks like this should be a little bit more. Sometimes you gotta just fine-tune things a little bit. Just keep playing with them till they look right. And let's see, I'm still not liking it. That's better. Now there's another plate that is coming out of here and going around his back. And then we come into what's basically like the belt. It's like, I don't know, a crossover piece. So we bring that up to about here. And that bit is actually kind of like flexes and stuff, but I'm gonna have it because of the way that he's hunched over here. We're just gonna kind of angle it like this. And so it has trim on it just like the rest of the plates. But he also has a belt that goes over the top of that, which we're going to put right here. And that is a octagon. Like an octagon ring, because his armor is mostly what do you call it, rings, or not rings, mostly hard angles and primitive shapes. It's kind of like, I think that's like how I envision dwarves, is because they work with stone, they like to keep things in kind of hard angles instead of like rounded smooth forms. But that's that might just be my take on him, but that's what I'm kind of going for here. You know, the strength in the angles and the hard, stony type forms. Okay. Right, and so then his leg is actually coming over the top because of the way that we're dealing with this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to black back here. We're actually going to wipe this out because that is his leg. And then his other leg would be coming back down here, and he has an armor plate that we'll probably see right here. So there's a lot of overlap in this particular pose. Okay. And I do want to trim that in because I want that the actual trim of the armor to be like a rolled edge that sticks out a bit wherever the forms end. Now he's got knee pads, so that knee pad would be like right here, and this is a big octagon. And it probably ought to actually have sort of like a raised edge to it, almost like a gemstone or something. But because it's bulged out, you know, like a knee pad, it should kind of have that form to it. And then he does have an armor plate on his leg that protects the outer leg. And we're going to bring that in like right here. Need to thicken up that edge a little bit more. We'll bring that along right here. So there we are, just a little bit more of an overlapping form. And it also has angles to it, like the other pieces of his armor. And then his pants would probably be kind of wrinkled right here. Might include just a couple of wrinkles right there along the inner seam of his pants. Okay. So let's take a look. I am pretty happy with how he's laid in right now. I just don't like that he looks so, like, evil. Okay, so let's get back in here a little bit. Oh, that's too close. That's 200%. Alright. So what if we ease off on the eyebrows a little bit, make them a little bit less arched. Maybe a little bit less, well, not so much less bushy, but we're gonna knock them down a bit. Alright, and we'll do the same thing with his eyebrow muscles. Like, just kind of level those out a little bit. And maybe even knock this back just a bit more. Okay, that's a little bit better. And let's see, how about his eyes? Man, I don't think his eyes are really all that evil looking. But it might be because of the small pupils. What if we put them more like at the top instead of at the bottom? Alright, so he's got sort of an intense look. And maybe cut some of that out. Alright. So he still looks a little intense, but I don't think he looks too evil right now. I think that pretty much fixed it. Like he might be focused and maybe even a little excited. And that's kind of what I want to go for there. Okay, I don't need to clean out all those sketch lines. Like I said, I gotta still do inks over the top of this where I'll smooth everything out and refine it. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with him. And we can maybe go ahead and move on to the next character. So let's go ahead and start working on the Ranger. Or actually, There is a thing about this hand that's bugging me. Let's see. So there's that. And then it's pretty much like this should be the first digit. And I think I just want to make his fingers like adjust where they're at. So maybe knock this down just a touch. And bring that back over there like so. This finger, have this angle in a little bit, and then bring that in. There are 3 digits, or three pieces or whatever to your fingers. You got the fingertip and that middle section, and then the part that comes back to your knuckle. Basically like that. And his pinky might just kind of be going around there at the back, and maybe even just be left in shadow. I don't like that either. Alright, there we go. Now it doesn't look too bad. And then the thing is, he doesn't wear gloves, so he should have fingernails, especially being this big of a what do you call it, part of the drawing. There we go. This track kind of reminds me of the music from Minecraft for some. It's not the same, but kind of has that vibe to it. Okay. Let's see then for the thumb. Maybe that should actually drop down and in some more and not be quite such a big part back here. In fact, it probably ought to be coming out like right there. That in a little bit more. All right. Then over here, you would see his thumbnail right there. Okay. His leg down there. Actually, I might even bring that bottom part of the belt in there. There we go. Okay, I think I'm done with him for now. And let's see, let's see, it's been an hour and a half. I guess I better go take a quick break. So let me throw this over to my Be Right Back screen. And when we come back in a few minutes, I will start working on the Ranger. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and I just wanted to kind of promote something a little bit real quick. So I'm gonna show you here. Let's see. So these are the Christmas cards that I created uh, the other day. These are available on my Etsy store, or if you join me on Patreon, you can download them as part of your monthly membership fee, which would be charged right away, but they are also immediately accessible. It is a PDF file. It has all 5 of these images. So on Etsy, it's $5. You download all 5 of them, and you can print out whichever pages you want. Um, then I'll show you. This is basically what it looks like. It is a full 8.5 by 11 sheet. You print it out. You have the image on one side, my little logo and stuff on the other side. You just fold it in half, and you have a card. And so the interior of it will be completely blank. You can put whatever you want in there, and ship that out. But again, those are available for digital download right now in my Etsy store and on my Patreon. So if you join my Patreon, you can download it, or you just want to do the one-time thing, you could get the Christmas cards off of my Etsy store. All right, and this is the Dwarf Ranger, which is what we're about to start working on. So we're going side by side again, back to sketching. So this will be, I plan on making it a 4-hour stream unless I get really tired, don't feel like drawing anymore, if my hand starts hurting too much. But let's see. So we're going to take my forehead's measurement, and we're going to bring it right on over here. And let's see. So she should be a little bit further back in perspective. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave her with that same height there. But I don't need this immediately over her, so let's slide it over to the side a bit. We'll go back to my sketch layer, and I'm gonna zoom in. So first things first, we're going to rework this initial scribble that I did and try to get her completely in the scene. I'm thinking that I'm going to want to put her hand right here. And we want to make sure her hand is big enough in proportion to her face. Let's see, so you would have knuckle, 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 and knuckle. Yeah, I might have gone a little far over with that, but let's see. So she is gonna be having like a whole bunch of gems in her hand, or coins. Let's keep that finger right there. Alrighty. Thumb right here. Actually, maybe keep it in there. And so her forearm would be coming back like right there. And actually, I think her hand is a little bit bigger than the fighter's hand, which is not going to work out very well. So let's just make it a little bit smaller. That should probably be plenty. And maybe bring it back a little bit to about here. So it's not really covering her face too much. Now we'll think about, let's see, her body is like right here, sort of. So I'm probably going to want more of an angle. A little bit more like this. Alright. Okay. So yeah, that's about right. I'm just roughing it in. I might have to adjust that chest so that it's not like quite so far back on her. But like I said, little things, we'll just be making small adjustments here as we go. In fact, I'm thinking I might go ahead and bring her up just a little bit in the scene. Just about there. Let's go ahead and get her head in here. So let's see. How do I want to... Oh, jeez. I think I got like a hair in my eye somehow, like an eyelash or something. Get that itchy tickle feeling, which is really annoying. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and close down that reference for now. I'll bring it back up once I get to putting in details. So I'm just kind of sketching her in, even though you won't see that part of her. I'm just trying to make sure that that she is in the scene the way I want her to be. And really, I'm thinking I gotta move her around a little bit more. think she's gonna need to be a little bit more over here, separated from him. And if there's actually a box there, the chest, then she might need to be a little bit smaller. And we'll take her up just a wee bit higher. That should do. And of course, that's going to give us a lot more visibility over here on her upper torso and everything. I gotta make sure I don't make her too tall either. Okay, that's pretty close. Then this hand would come out to about right here. Elbow coming back to her shoulder. Cut that in just a bit more. Okay, and let's see. So I'm not really happy with how wide her shoulder is looking there. Dwarves are stocky, but maybe not. Maybe she shouldn't be quite that stocky, right? Just about there. That should probably do. That up a bit, and then this arm, probably be about like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the chest right here with her, so say the chest is actually like right here. That's the back edge of it. Clean out some of this other stuff. So I'm working on really making sure that the characters are all kind of fitting into the scene the way they're supposed to. Okay. this hand would probably be back here, resting on the edge of the, what do you call it, the chest. Okay. She should still be about 4 heads tall there, which is good. Run the center line about like that. Clear out that old sketchy chest line there because we gotta totally change that thing now. Alright. So I'm gonna put the lid at this angle and try to make it look about like it's the right size. That means none of this over here is actually going to show anyway. Maybe that lid is actually resting on this gold pile a little bit. Might even have it overlap right there. Go ahead and turn off that 4 heads marker so we don't have that in the way anymore. Just kind of thicken that up a little bit. Now the chest has like an iron band that's going around right here. So this piece is going to be a bit thicker than the rest of the paneling. Should have some thickness as it comes around there. Then we'll do the same thing here. Give it just a little bit of thickness there. And carry it across. Make it look nice and sturdy. Alright. It's also got, let's see, there should be some thickness to the box itself. Alright, and the interior here. So I just kind of want to give it these metal reinforcements along the outer edges, and then have the what do you call it? The wood itself be set up a little bit differently. All right. So that would be about there. That would be about there. And the upper one you won't see. And this chest is, of course, full of gold and gems and stuff. So here's this heaping mound of gold and gems inside the chest. And like I said, she probably has like a handful of stuff, and I want to put like a pile of coins falling out of her hand here. Maybe not quite so many, right? Maybe have one over here. Okay. Oh, and then on the chest itself, again, let's see. Line there, line there, line there. There we go. Alright. So the only thing I'm not too thrilled with right now as far as the girl in the chest is the way that her leg just barely comes past it there. But at the same time, she wears big furry boots, so that'll actually carry out a lot more. Now let me bring her open again. Going back to character references, Dwarf Ranger. Alright. And we are now coming up on the 2-hour mark. One of my longer streams. I do usually plan on doing a 4-hour stream. I'm not sure if I said this already, but like if I get too tired or my hand starts hurting too much, because I do have some like carpal tunnel issues and stuff like that. If I have a problem, I'll probably have to cut it short, but I do want to get as far as I can this morning. And it is good that I was working on that Secret Santa project earlier, got kind of warmed up, because early on when I start drawing, sometimes I'll just do a whole lot of crap and not be able to get what I want done. Everything will come out looking really bad. So this stream has been going really well so far, with being able to get things laid out quickly and making them look pretty decent. Alright, so see, that way we got rid of that tangent line of just her leg barely being out there, because now we have all this shaggy fur boot, which is a lot easier to identify. Alright, let's go ahead and work on her. So, let's see, center line right here, and it of course would curve there with the face, or with the head, but center of She is also a dwarf, just like the fighter, so she does have a fairly large nose. And then let's see, her lips should be about right here. Working on the size, relationships here, making things go where they belong. I did give her kind of a rounded chin. Nice rounded face here. And her jawline comes up through there. Yeah, okay. I'm not happy with that lip just yet. So then her ear would come back about right here. And let's see. I feel like that guy got a little bit squished down. So let's just make it a little bit bigger. And of course, the back of her head there. All right. Maybe, let's see. Maybe I need to cut her face in just a little bit more there. Alright, it's not bad. Eyebrows. eraser's a little bit big for working on, like her face here. I'm thinking it's a little too heavily defined. Okay. Okie dokie. And I'm getting hungry. Guess it's about time for breakfast. Alright, I think that's looking pretty decent. Some of the scribbles from inside of her head area here. Don't really need this center line anymore. Alrighty. So I guess next I should go ahead and put her hair in, so that'll help her look a little bit more feminine. Let's see, we have her hairline basically runs about like this. That's about it right there. Okay. And she's got some hairs that hang down in her face, so let's see, right about here. Comes down to about there. And there's a smaller one over on the other side there that might only be hanging to about here. Shrink my eraser down again. Okay. that's in place there. Now the rest of her hair is going into a ponytail, except for her like sideburns. So go ahead and just kind of stroke all of this in like so, because it's all going back here. And we'll go ahead and make sure there's some thickness to it over there. And go ahead and pull some up around like here. Okay. And let's see, so her ponytail is going to be back here, and I'm just going to go ahead and let it hang like right there. And it is a big, thick ponytail. But let's bring it a little bit more like that, I think. Yeah. Now she has those two braids that come down out of her sideburn area. And I keep going into 200%, which I don't want to get quite that close. But we'll go ahead and put these in right here. They're kind of thin. And they hang to about like right here. So the same thing over here. Just about like that. And I could take it same length though. Right about there. Yeah, that's about it. And she actually has feathers that are tied into those. So let's go ahead and put that in. I'm going to bring it at that angle. Yeah, I'll do that for both of them. Okay. There we go. Now, a lot of times these would be like the little details that I add last, but today I'm just going to do things a little different. Okay. And so you've got that quill, or I guess you call it a quill, I don't know. The main, I guess you could also call it like a stem, but that would be more of a leaf thing. I only want to have it dark on what would essentially be the back side. Okay, and then I'm going to put some splits in here. Not too many, just a couple there to give it sort of a interesting broken shape. I'll do the same with the other one. do. And then her hair is, of course, like knotted and braided around the feather. And it comes up into this braid. Do the same thing over here. Alrighty. So she's wearing gloves. And we're going to go ahead and do that on this arm because that's in front of everything. And her gloves flare out, so they become kind of big. Big leather gloves. Oh, and I probably ought to include her bird, since the bird was kind of involved in the fight that took place, and I think he should be back. I'll go ahead and put her glove on over there. Bring it in right about there. And all you're really going to see is just some hints of it there because of we got those coins that are in the like in the air between that area and this. Let's take a look. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. I gotta clear my throat real good here. One moment. Okay, I think that's a lot better. I've been having sort of a, I don't know, like a tickle in my throat, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so we've got her coming in. Need to put her clothes and stuff on her still. Let's see. So we'll start with the vest and work our way through it. And it would help if I was in the target area. There we go. So let's see, her vest has a collar. I'm going to bring her around right here. It's got a nice leather trim to it. Like the trim of her stuff is kind of like a leather bulgy trim. That's coming down to her shoulder. So we just clear out the lines we don't want anymore. And of course, because that is going back there, her ponytail is going to be crossing behind it. And she should have some more hair back here, so I'm just going to kind of sweep that in. And let's see, so this is crossing around back here. We'll fill that in with black. Now, her vest has like a shoulder pad or a flared shoulder to it. So we'll bring this in, have it flare up about right there. This trim is like a sleeve hole, so we'll bring that around. Clean it out real quick. And then I like to give this shoulder a nice big round curve to it. There we go. Then she has this little bit of a shoulder pad, which pretty much it's more like a tight fitting part of her shirt. Like it might actually be attached to her shirt rather than the vest. But yeah, it's got that shape to it. Give it the same type of trim there. And then this bit right here I'm going to fill in with black. Alright, now another thing that I've been doing, she has this stitching, because her clothes are like leather with that kind of like thick, I'd say like a gut string type stitch to it. So I'd like to just bring these lines in. There we go. And then her sleeves are actually kind of like poofy sleeves. So I'm going to take that line right there and leave some shadow right there, I think. I don't think I like the way that's looking though, right there, that interaction. Let's go ahead and just leave it kind of like blank right there. The sleeve hangs to about here. We'll have it drop down, cross over, and tuck into the glove. And then up here where it tucks into the glove would be about right there. And we'll put some wrinkle to it right there. Maybe another wrinkle here. And one right here, like this. And then another one over here that's changing direction with this. And maybe just one more right here. And I feel like I need just a little bit of a line there. I don't know, maybe not. Just suggesting the way that cloth folds as her arm is bent right here. I think that'll do. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and bring this thumb in. just kind of round off her hands a bit, or her fingers, because she is wearing those gloves. And I don't like how far down I've angled that fingertip. Can I bring it in a little bit more like that, maybe? I think that'll do. I don't really need these knuckle circles here. And maybe we can cut this back just a bit more. Smoothing out that chin line, or jawline. So then you might still see some of this vest back here behind her hand. You know what? Her neck actually feels really thick. Might actually need to, let's see, angle this more like that. And get rid of some of this. thinking that's right. Maybe it's because I've actually done that right there. So maybe I should cut that back out. Alright, let me take a look out here. Okay, I think it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and do the other side, the other shoulder pad there. So the vest is like right here. And then that little shoulder pad bit right there that goes on the sleeve. And then the sleeve itself that should do. And let's see, so then the vest, that collar right there. Side, similar, right out here. And because she's hunched over a little bit, I'm going to bring it out, like right there. Alright, now of course things are starting to get a little bit complicated. We've got this trim line. Got the same thing over here. And so we've got some overlapping forms. We gotta make sure we get the right ones on top. And let's see here. That line there, like that. Oh, right. I just see what I was doing there. Okay. So yeah, that that probably ought to come up about like that. That's the outer edge of the vest. Bring the trim line in like that. And I'm gonna get rid of this inner line though. Then let's see. Let's go ahead and do these stitches over here. Now there's other things that have to be layered in here as well. So she has her like bow strap belt that the ring that holds it is right about here. So let's sketch in this nice big circle. I'll have to decide where I'm adding those coins back in over the top of everything. Now earlier I was talking about how the dwarves, I like to have them stick with like hard polygons. This dwarf is a hill dwarf. So there's a little bit of a difference between like a hill dwarf and a mountain dwarf, where I figure the hill dwarves actually live out above ground, while the mountain dwarves literally live inside the mountain. And so mountain dwarves are the ones that I would keep with like all the polygon stuff, but say like a hill dwarf, and in this case a ranger, she lives out in the woods and stuff, surviving off the land, and would have more of a natural, what do you call it, like a forest type aesthetic to her. Okay, so now this belt is going down here, and it goes actually behind the vest, or under the vest right there. Go ahead and break that all up. Do the same over here. Feels like it might be one of those days where I get to go take another nap. Alright, let's do this. I want to put some kind of interesting wrinkles in the glove. Just so it's not like a perfectly smooth shape. And we'll do the same thing down here. Bring this out. There we go. got a belt, but only the top of it's probably going to be, or the buckle here would be visible. I'm not even sure I want to put that in there like that. And I don't like that angle either. So let's say it was like right there. Gonna be there, it'd be something like that, and then you might just get like the top edge of the belt itself. Coming down to the pants. So she has a sword over here, which we need to add in. And we're going to put that, let's see. How do I want to put this in here? It would be back here behind her arm. And let's say that's like that end of it. Something like that. This guy together real quick here. Some leather straps on that. looks broken, is what it looks like. Because they should be still out that way. Okay. Let me reduce the size of my eraser so I'm not making such huge bloopy eraser marks. Change this up just a little bit here. And then that's a gemstone. There we go. I do believe that'll do for it. Okay. Now it needs a belt that straps it to her leg. So there is one that goes up to her other belt. I'm going to leave that out in favor of this one. I could put it in. It would literally be going like right across there. Okay. And let's see what else we're doing. So I can just put some stretch, or not stretch, but stress marks in there. Okay, and she has leather, like her pants have like these things that kind of look like chaps. That would come in, we'll just keep it right there. Put the trim on it. And then it would actually be like right up here is where it ends. Okay, and of course it's got some of these marks on it, the stitching. There we go. Let me smooth this out a little bit more. That should do. All right, now for her other leg. comes down across her chest. And let me go ahead and do this on a new layer for now. So I want it to go from there to right here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the areas that would definitely be in front of it. Okay. I'll go ahead and merge that down. And now I'm going to do one eraser line. Right there. And sketch my glove back in right there where that's in front. And that ponytail is in front. Okay. So that's just a little there to suggest that the string is there. And I'll do that again in the inks where I'll make it a little bit more defined. Okay, and what else am I missing here, if anything? So we got the fur trim on her boot there. We've got the leather trim on the outer thighs. We've got her gloves. We've got her shirt, her vest, the strap across her chest. Included that little bit of the belt there, which, you know what, I'm going to take out that belt. I don't like it at all. The thing is that she is kind of bending forward, and so her abdomen is going to cover where that belt would be. That little side belt can go there. And then I'm gonna maybe break this line. I'm going to give her a little bit of like a inner seam in her pants. Not going to see much of that right there. But maybe this line should go out that way a little bit and be like thinner as it goes. Maybe darken that one back in just a touch. I don't like that. I guess if anything, I'll maintain some more of that groin form right there, but maybe increase the darkness or the darker area there. Okay. So I think she is done for now, except for we've got these coins that we want to do. So what if I go ahead and bring a coin right here. And have another one, say like right here, and one here. I guess I should probably get in a little closer. Okay. Maybe I'll have the first one that's falling right here. So I want to overlap several forms to make sure it shows as being, out in the foreground. Then I'll do another one right here. And I want to have them in different rotations. I had scribbled in a bunch of them right here, which I don't like. I might include one right here, though. And we'll keep this one here. That bowstring will not be showing through the coin. One right here. This could be like a gemstone, so they don't all have to be coins, they can be any number of things. It's all treasure. Now this one I want to make sure is at a different angle, because I don't want them all to have the same angle for sure. Let's actually bring this one in kind of like so. Alright, and I did leave this one over here. And this one over here, we're going to change it up a bit too. In fact, let's make this one almost perfectly flat. Not quite, but almost. So you just kind of see some of that roundness to it. In fact, yeah, something like that. That should do. I guess I ought to probably focus on the treasure pile a little bit. Now let's start by, let's see, we'll just put in some edges here. Because it is literally a huge heaping pile of gold and gems. It's not like uniform, so it's not like all nicely piled. It's literally just all toppled in on top of each other. And all the coins are not necessarily the same size. You know, it's probably not all the same currency, and what they use is probably not even like similar, like an advanced machining process. You know, it might be like shit that's just been hammered out or roughly shaped. Let's go ahead and put like a gem right here just to change things up a little bit. Maybe a pearl or something. And there could be a coin jammed in right there. Different angle. Another one right here. So we're just kind of shaping things up a little bit at a time. The treasure piles are, I guess, kind of difficult. Especially if you're getting into the details of them. And if I really want to shorten up my workflow, I could throw some ingots in there too. Maybe I will. I'll throw one in here, like a gold bar that's just kind of sitting on top of the pile here. Maybe we'll have a coin that's overlapping it here. Another one at an angle like this. And one that's like right here. So it is essentially just a huge mess of coins and, well, that one gold ingot or whatever that's sitting there. Maybe a big diamond right here. With some more gold coins around it. Okay, so let's do this one. Maybe this one's actually been cut. So it would have facets to it. Let's go ahead and put a coin sticking out right there. So it's basically the more angles that I have here in these coins, the more it will literally look like a pile of gold, like a pile of different coins and different things. That's the chest lid right there. Put a coin in right here. One right here. And so, of course, some of it's going to be not so much neatly stacked, but it'll be similar at its angle. And some of it will be very different. Let's go and throw another ingot right over here. Make it a little bit more level there. Maybe I've got a coin that's leaning up against it here. Another coin right here. And we'll just start working our way around them again. It's a lot of treasure. Okay. There's that. And some of it could even be less defined, like, just kind of throwing in some shapes. But, let me go ahead and put like a big sphere in here too. Maybe this piece will actually be going over here. Alright. Just one big polished ball of something. And I'll put another coin right here that's angled. Yeah, there we go. We have a treasure pile. I've still got a whole lot more treasure pile to draw to. Yeah, that's a nice big mound of junk in that chest. And if I want to save time, I can actually probably sample that and spread it around a little bit. Like, what if I take, say, this section of the treasure and just kind of work my way around some of the forms that I included. Add a little bit more of this. Alright. Now, we'll make it a little bit bigger since it's coming closer into the foreground. And just kind of plop it down right there. Well, check. And then duplicate it again. Maybe flip it around. Oops. Alright, I got it. And dump that chunk right there. So already in that, I think I actually flipped it vertical, not horizontal. I don't know. That's okay. Or maybe both. And we take that gem out of there. Come back into 100%. So let's see, what time is it? It's almost 7:30. We've been going for almost 3.5 hours now. It's pretty good. Going for that 4-hour stream. So yeah, I'm just gonna put some more coins in here. Changing up certain little elements of this edge of the pile. Going with different angles. And different size coins. Okay. And how's about we add something different in here too? Oh, well, I don't have any ingots out here. Let's put one of those in here. So this will be an ingot that's completely different than the ones we've drawn so far, just because we're putting it at a slightly different angle. All right. Just tuck him in there. Okay. And now if I go through and I take this chunk right here, I can duplicate it and bring it over here. And maybe I want to bring it like right there. And do it again. Now we'll flip it horizontal. And we'll rotate it about like so. Put it in right there. Okay. Now obviously I've got a little bit too many spheres right here. So let's just go ahead and take out this one. And we'll clean certain things up. In fact, maybe this one isn't even a sphere. Maybe it's like a dragon egg or something. Let's make it a little bit pointy. Okay. And we could even Now we got a dragon egg, something completely different in this pile. Put this coin back in here like this. I'm getting rid of that sphere that was right there in the middle. So I'm just making sure to enhance certain things around it. Maybe even just fill in a little bit of a dark spot right there. Of course, this is where I had a lot of things that were overlapping at the same time, so it got real sketchy in there. And then I can zoom out a little bit and say, yeah, I want to keep this ball on top of everything else right there, and just do that. And then I can work my way along the edge up here and just kind of say, you know, okay, well, we've got these bits, and come right here. Maybe, I mean, I could even put other things in there. Trying to think what else I might find in that. Oh, I'm gonna clean up some of this stuff here. But yeah, we're just putting all the treasure in. And there is lots of it. Trying to think of any kind of a gem shape that I might want to add. And of course, gems don't have to be cut and shaped either. I mean, they come raw out of the ground or whatever. So you can have weird rock shapes in here. Let's go with like a side shot of a coin right there. Then a kind of angled one here. So if we zoom out here, I mean, we got this huge treasure pile. All right. And then same thing with these big spheres. Well, let me go ahead take care of this one. So let's make this one like a nugget. Just some big, goofy shaped nugget of something. That'll just totally break up the repetition right there. So now we've got something very different in the pile. And I don't like the way that continued at all. There we go. And maybe it has some forms to it. That could be pretty much anything that somebody wanted to make it out to be. Right here with this ingot, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up about that much. Keep that coin there. Bring another coin in right here. There we go. So now we'll actually only have the one sphere sitting here in the middle of the pile, except for the smaller ones, which I was about to address, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 of those now. And so any number of things can be done. We can change them up, erase them, or you know, we can change their sizes, we can change their shape even to be something else. But like with this one, let's just go ahead and let's leave that one there. Let's take this one out. So instead of even bothering to try to replace it with anything, I'll just continue these other coins right through where it was. So now it's gone. That is less repetition. Maybe fill that in right there. Then I'm gonna leave that one back there and just get rid of this one. Let's see. I actually don't even really need to get rid of it if I just change the way that it sits too, like what's around it. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Okay. And then we can use some more treasure. So we take this and just kind of go around it. And I messed up a little bit right there. If I just bring it in front and maybe even enlarge it a little bit and rotate it a little bit. So now I've got another pile of treasure out here heaped in front, with the biggest offender in this whole thing being that we just duplicated that dragon egg. But I've got other stuff there, so we can just kind of clear the dragon egg out of whatever we can see. then make up the rest. So there's an ingot there. Let's go ahead and leave that ingot in there. Clean some of this up. Actually have it running that way. And of course, some areas here got a little bit nasty, a little bit sketchy. So we can just clean up some of that. But the main point right here is just that we create this treasure pile and make it look fairly believable. Okay. Oops. So let's go ahead and do this again. Go ahead and select the whole treasure pile. Let's do this. I'm gonna bring it over here and put it right there in front of the helmet. And maybe I'll even make it a little bit bigger than what it was before. Just like that. I'll duplicate it again and flip it. And bring that right over here on the other side of the helmet. And so now I've got most of that treasure all laid in, and I can just fill in that little section right there. There's no reason why you can't have, say, 2 dragon eggs in this pile. And of course I can just come in here and figure out what I want my edge pieces to look like. Maybe get rid of this one right here. I could even rotate this one, this vertical coin, so that it looks like it is actually leaning against the helmet. And down here I got this rock. Kind of unbury it to about that point and start filling in the coins again. yeah, I think this treasure pile is going to be like pretty much the most intense part of this whole page. But we're almost through with it now. Okay. And we got about 15 minutes to go. Kind of like a sphere, but not quite the same as the other ones. Oh, and I could even include, let's say, some sort of a diamond shape. That'd be a little something different. Circle in there like so, and put a coin right in front of it. And pick out a few more coins. Just there we go. And hell, maybe we even put a box in here. What might be in a box in a treasure pile? Some sort of puzzle box? Who could say? Okay, so then we can move over to this section. I'm going to go ahead and start with the outer edge here. Getting stuff in here. And I want another sphere. But this will be more like an oblong, kind of like an egg shape. Just a little something to add that variety and change things up a little bit at a time. Oh, and I feel like we need another ingot in here. Let's put it right here. You know what? It needs to be like that. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that edge all laid out right there. Okay, here's something a little different. Let's put a rod in here. It's not like a sword or a knife or anything like that. It's literally a rod. Who knows what that might be? And in fact, maybe it's even kind of like a piece of machinery. Tapering bits, maybe even some sort of a button, and maybe like a little lever type thing. There you go. Nice little piece of technology floating around in there. That'll really change things up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a sphere in right there. All right then. How's that treasure pile looking? It's definitely a massive stuff. How about this? A nice big shard of something. Some sort of a crystal. And then we can throw some more coins in here around it. I'm going to go a little bit lazy right there. Okay, now I've got more treasure to put in right here. Let's just go ahead and shape this. That is the treasure pile done. Huge pile of junk. And if there's only one thing that I don't actually like here, it's that I doubled up that dragon egg. I don't want to have, even if I'm going to double the dragon egg, I don't want to have them both exactly the same. So let's erase that. I'm going to go ahead and put that helmet down into there. We're just getting rid of the dragon egg. There we go. And I don't necessarily need that rock right there either. Okay. So it looks like a nice spilled pile of treasure all over the place. We got 3 minutes left, and I have 3 characters left to go through. But I think that is going to do it for today. So let me jump back over here. So yeah, I want to say thank you for coming to see my live stream. If you like the work that I've been doing, please follow my channel here on Twitch. And if you're watching the video afterward on YouTube, please like and subscribe to that channel so you can see more videos when they come up. The coloring book, as I said, is almost done. This is page 30 that we're working on, and it's only going to be 32 pages. Once it's done, I'll be putting it up, making it available probably through my Etsy store, hopefully in both print and digital formats. Currently on my Etsy store, I have my monthly newsletters for Patreon that you can, they're digital downloads, so you can purchase that. They're $1 each. I have my Christmas cards, so it's 5 different Christmas cards. They're made to be printed on 8.5 by 11, folded over, and basically filled out on the inside by you. Those are there. That's $5 for all 5 cards. I've got some actual original art on there that's for sale, and I have a what do you call it? Basically an order form for custom character art, depending on the size and the finish that you want. All on my Etsy store. Plus, also my Christmas cards are available on Patreon. And when I finish these pages, even when I finish the pencil sketch page, that goes onto my Patreon as a high-resolution download if you want to get the pages before anyone else. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next stream. Next stream is supposed to be next Saturday at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully I'll see you there.